Welcome to episode 58 of the Cigar Hustlers Podcast. This week, Mikey and I talk about, well, absolutely nothing. Sit back and enjoy the show. We're slowly becoming the Seinfeld of the podcast industry. Enjoy the show. Good, because I hit record. It's playing. It's going. Good. And there's no echo. Oh, this sounds great.
Okay.
So I'm doing the show alone.
You're not doing it
Welcome,
alone.
everybody, to the Cigar Hustler Podcast Mike Edition.
Oh, that'll be about 2 minutes long then, won't it?
And thank you for listening. This completes the show.
Because you don't have shit to say today.
Well, be like an Island Jim interview.
Yep.
15 minutes long.
Nope.
I was going to repeat what I just said 17 times.
So let's talk about a couple things here, because I had a good week. I mean, it was busy, and I got stuff to talk about.
Yeah? Good deal. Good shit.
I'm going to start by throwing you right under the fucking bus.
Oh, what the hell did I do now?
Well, we had a RomaCraft event, Michael.
Okay. You need to set the times
so
that I asked 17 different times what time they were coming in.
Look, you have to let the people know what we're talking about here.
Oh, so, you just threw me under the bus again?
So, first of all,
it was another Jack Tarano day.
Michael and Danny came in. They were here an hour early before the event to do the podcast. And where was Mr. Palmer?
Out to dinner with my wife. I was here twice. Yes, it was National Margarita Day. Thank you, Brittany. We had to go get margaritas.
Out with your wife.
I came in twice that day to find out what time they were coming in.
It's good to know.
And I told you the day before, let me know when they're coming.
You know,
no. I saw on Facebook that they tagged you in a comment approximately an hour before they got here. All you had to do was shoot me a text. Hey, Mike, they're on their way. Can you be here at 5?
So you saw the message.
I saw it after the fact. I didn't see it when they posted it. I saw it while I'm sitting there eating dinner with my wife.
Let me eat this. Let me go get some dinner with my wife.
Yes, I set that up completely.
And so then here we are. Now we don't have Rosales on.
Well, they didn't want to do it anyway.
We don't have, what was his name?
Danny.
Yeah, Danny.
I already forgot his name. He seemed a little quiet that night.
Well, I mean, he just got beat up a couple weeks ago, and I really wanted to
talk about getting beat up.
I wanted to ask the hard questions.
I doubt that was like the last thing he wanted to talk about.
I really wanted to ask the hard questions.
Yes, please. Can you bring up the fact some guy pummeled me in the face again, please?
And you let him off the hook for dinner with your wife.
Well,
so
he gave me $20. He paid for the dinner.
So here, what?
Danny paid for the dinner for me to throw the podcast.
Oh, that's nice. So, here's the thing. I can't fucking tell you every step of the way. You got to assume that if people are coming in for an event, that the hour beforehand.
If you would have come in that day before 4 o'clock, maybe.
I had a busy day. I don't know what
you
the
were
hell.
Sunburned when I saw you.
Yeah, you're right.
It was at the beach.
I was sunburned.
You're at the beach.
No, it was my son's field day, and I was a chaperone at the field day for my son.
I didn't know that either. Would have saved me 2 trips up here on Friday.
Well, no, I just expect you to be here all the time.
Oh, yes, I know.
Which you're fixing that now.
Yes, let's not talk about that yet.
Why? It doesn't air till tomorrow. You got 24 hours.
24 hours.
To fucking tell him.
Yeah.
So, I just want you to know that I forgive you.
Oh, thank you.
And it's okay.
I didn't sleep all weekend because I figured you were going to be terribly upset.
Now, moving forward, please be here an hour early for the event. Okay,
now the next event, there's no guest. So do I still need to be here an hour before?
I expect you an hour early just to get that repetition in. We need, I need that habit, habit every single month.
Yes, sire. We're back to sire, just so you know.
The bam. So you fucked that up, and that's okay. Because you are right.
Just
you are
call
correct.
it a Jack Tarano. I Jack Tarano the day again.
Well, Jack Tarano was on time.
No, but he loves saying that I'm late. He's gonna over social media.
He's gonna be all over this. I'm so excited.
Yes, he will.
But you are correct. I don't think that Rosales wanted to be on anyways. He was kind of like...
He's been on twice. And
we were on before.
So what are we going to talk about?
You have anything to talk about? We got plenty of shit to talk about, bro. My conversations with Skip are never fucking the same. We always talk about all types of shit. It's easy to have a conversation, but like he wasn't in the mood.
No, he didn't. He's used to these things being an interview. I don't think he wanted to be interviewed. He didn't know we just sometimes just sit and talk.
But yeah, he knows that. But just for the record, I think that if you'd have been here at 5 o'clock, he would have been on the fucking podcast regardless. I would have definitely
Even on the videos that day, he was kind of quiet in the car.
forced him into it. Well, traveling sucks.
It does. Believe me. I have learned.
You've learned that traveling sucks.
I've learned that traveling sucks.
Traveling sucks.
At least there was 2 of them.
So
Did you hear the podcast I do in the car when I'm by myself? Oh, they're great.
So, my buddy Orlando came into town from Georgia. He stopped in to check in, and you peddled some of the Florinadas on him in the humidor.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
So that went pretty well. He, I don't know if you saw it, but he posted them. He goes, "I need more of these in my life."
Oh no, I didn't see that.
Yeah.
I don't think I follow him on social media.
So congratulations. Just all you have to do now, just moving forward, just hang out in the humidor.
Hang on the humidor and pedal the Florinadas.
Yeah. Hey, I'm looking for an LFT. No, you need this Florinada.
No. This is better over here. This is Dominican.
You got any acid Cubas? No,
This is just the same but better.
Yeah, it's just as sweet.
Just as sweet. No, the Habana. You want the Habano? That's sweeter. That's the natural.
So kudos to you on that. You did a good job. You helped a guy.
Thank you.
You introduced him to a product.
We had another celebrity here Friday night.
Who do we have here?
Adam Akery was here.
Ah, yes.
We could have done a live. He is Mike, and he's Mike too.
We had a surprise Adam Akery visit. He snuck away from his Disney visit, came up.
Yes.
Which was fantastic. We did the trivia thing.
Oh, that's right, the cahoots. Yeah,
it was.
Yeah. I won.
It didn't go as planned.
Well,
you knew the questions.
I had a small technical. I didn't know all the questions. I got 2 of them wrong.
Well, but you saw the questions.
The same before. 2 I got wrong in the practice round.
Wow.
I know.
Holy
exactly.
Shit.
I answered too fast.
So
you panic. The answers come up and you go, okay, this is good. Oh, I hit too fast.
So one of the questions so I did a trivia, Roma Craft trivia for the event, and it was pretty cool. People were engaged. We were having a good time. The best question. I have 2 things to say about this. First of all, okay. One question was about what is the Pennsylvania broadleaf filler in the Neanderthal, right?
I'd never heard of that before.
So the answer is the Green River Valley Sucker 1. So
everybody thought that was a fake answer.
I know. So the reason why it's called the Green River Valley Sucker 1 is when the plant is finally primed, it's completely gone. All the leaves are trimmed. The plant tries to survive. So this nasty, thick, small leaf pops out, right?
Oh.
And then they started
messing with that.
They started putting it aside and what the fuck are we gonna do with it? It's another leaf, and it's so thick and so overbearing by itself that not a lot of people bought it. So when you incorporate it in the San Andreas of the Neanderthal, it really complements it really well.
Oh.
So, San Andreas is a wrapper that really kind of takes over on a cigar, right? So you really got to put a lot of thought into your filler and your binder. And the Green River Valley Sucker 1 is in the Neanderthal.
Huh.
Now, this is a question that was asked, and there were some people that were playing this trivia that should have known that answer.
I've never heard of it before.
And they did not know that answer.
I think everybody got it wrong.
Well, some people work at Roma Craft maybe should have got that answer correct.
I don't think he was playing.
Oh, he was playing.
Oh, was he playing?
Oh,
Under
he
a different
was
name?
definitely playing. No, his name was Danny.
Oh, gotcha. Well, it was also Mike Slave. I wasn't sure which one.
Yeah, I didn't know who was Mike Slave.
It must have been one of your employees.
No, I don't know who that was.
I thought that could have been Danny. Rosales' slave.
Maybe change it to Mike Slave.
Maybe, who knows?
And Slapdick.
Who knows? Hey, do you know a lot about the tobacco plants?
No.
Oh. 'Cause I have that small crop at my house. I have
sure
8 or 9 plants. Are you supposed to take the flowers off the top?
Yeah.
So you don't let them flower? You just clip that off?
Well, if you want the seeds, then you let the flower grow. But the flower in itself will suck the life out of the.
Okay, because mine don't seem to be getting any taller now that they flowered.
Yeah, it's done. So you got to.
So that's as high as it's ever going to get now.
Mm-hmm. But now you have.
I'm about 2.5 feet
okay.
tall, if that.
So how long has the flower been on?
I don't know. They came at different times.
What do you care about? What are you trying to do with the leaves?
Oh, I grew them from seeds. I mean, I didn't even think it was going to work.
And then here we are.
Here we are. I've got 9 tobacco plants on the side of my house in a little fenced-in farm.
So the flowers are where the seeds are. Now, in the fields, for the most part, they cut the flowers off, with the exception of the plants that they feel grew the best.
Right, because they put the seeds from those.
Then they cap them off and protect those flowers.
So once they flower, it's done, as far as height and.
Yeah, for
Okay.
the most part. I mean, and if you want the leaves to kind of flourish, you need to cut the flowers.
Gotcha. All right. Because I have one plant that has bigger, thicker leaves than all the others, and it doesn't have a flower.
Right.
But
There you go.
It was the last.
You're on your way.
It was the last one to pop up, so I just thought, well, this little guy's never going to do anything. He's a little
This
tiny
dud.
guy. And now he's got the biggest, thickest, greenest leaves of all of them.
Because he has no flower.
Right, but I want to stop it before it gets that far. Maybe that one will get to 3-4 feet tall thing.
I mean, I don't know exactly. I mean, I'm not a farmer. I mean, I know a little bit about it,
Well.
not a whole hell of a lot. But now you know
Well, it came up. I thought I'd ask.
that the flower
Flower's bad.
is taking away the nicotine, the thickness from your leaves.
Oh, damn it. They look so pretty when they flower.
Yeah.
Oh, well. Okay.
All right. So
That was the green thumb portion of the show. Thank you all for listening.
there you go. So
What else you got?
I can tell you that I had a couple cool things happen to me.
Yes.
Sometimes when you speak to different retailers, it kind of surprises you.
Right?
So, you want the bad story first or the good story?
Do the bad story first.
All right. So the bad story was, I called the store, and they have all of our products. They have the FQ, they have the Guimaraud, they have the
The entire
Shogri, the
Pochette
Postine,
line.
the Fable. Yeah. So I call them and they're like, oh, you got to call back with our head tobacconist will be in later. I'm like, okay, whatever. So I call back and I'm like, hey man, how's it going? Just want to check in, see how things are going. And like, okay, who are you with? And I'm like, with Postania. Like, okay, which one is that?
There's your problem right
it's
there.
It's the P with the red and the white, the band. Okay, I'm drawing a blank here, man. I'm drawing a blank. Okay, what about Guimaraud? Man, I don't know. I'm like, well, I sold you the product.
I know you have
And
it.
you're the guy in
You
charge
paid for
of
it,
the fucking humidor. How do you not know where any of your shit is? I mean, like, he was 5 for 5. He had no idea
Hadn't heard of any of them.
any of the stuff. So
I
we
guess
got
you
a lot of work to do with that account.
Yeah, send more, please.
Yeah, if you could you send some
We're
samples?
obviously out of it, so.
So gonna have to circle back to that one. Send him pictures, and
Can he FaceTime you?
some-
You can just walk around.
some kind
the
of
humidor.
diagram.
Can you take a picture of your humidor, sir, and send it to me? I will diagram the location.
that was
Tell you how many steps in and which side.
man, that was a trip. That was a trip. And then I
that's never
called. I
good.
spoke to another retailer,
Is this the
And-
good news?
and yeah,
Okay.
and they said, "Hey, just want you to know, love the podcast."
Oh.
I was like, "Son of a bitch!"
Yeah.
People actually listen.
People listen.
Who would have thought?
Where was he? Not the name of the place, but where was he geographically? I always like to know who's listening.
In
where.
the western part of
Oh, really?
the United States.
We're not even big over there.
Yeah. So that was pretty cool.
Gotcha. We do have 1,400 followers now
On Podbean.
on Podbean.
Yeah.
Still the number 2
How are we
show.
doing on the YouTube thing? How's that going?
I'll look today because I have a little commercial that Jean Jugalet helped me throw together. A little video commercial.
A commercial?
A commercial
For what?
for the podcast.
Oh, okay. I'm curious.
We gotta have video content to add up there. So
Yeah. Well, we got to get cameras.
yeah,
Did you see the Oscars last night?
I watched part of it, got bored.
Okay. I thought that was pretty good, but like,
I didn't like not having a host.
I thought it was
I like
fine.
somebody to run the show. Yeah, they said it did really well.
So
They're probably never gonna have a host again.
So let me tell you the one thing for me that really kind of stuck out. And it's not what you're thinking. Brittany, my wife is in the room, and she's looking at me thinking that I'm going to totally shit all over Brad Cooper, but I'm not going to. I saw a commercial for Verizon, and it was fucking hilarious. This guy was talking about how he was in the forest, and he fell and shattered his pelvis. And thank God he had reception because he had Verizon Wireless.
Oh, that was a true story.
I guess. I'm just like,
Oh, nice.
I don't know if that's really the pitch that I'm looking for as far as, a fucking wireless cell phone commercial.
Well, they were saying they got good coverage.
So if you're in the woods and you shatter your pelvis, make sure you have
want to be able to
Verizon.
call for help. We want to call for help.
You want to call for help? I was like,
help! I've shattered my pelvis.
holy shit!
So he can dial 911.
Sign me up for that marketing department.
Yes, somebody there's earning their money. I watched it. Okay, the three ladies came out in the beginning. I watched some of the pre-show, which was, that thing was on from 2 till 8 or something like that. More pre-show than the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
So, but the three ladies came out. I can't remember their names. They're all from Saturday Night Live at one point or another. Yeah, Tina Fey. Thank you, Brittany. Tina Fey and the other girl. And when they started making jokes about Mexico's not playing for the wall, I figured, okay, this whole thing's going political. I'm done.
Well, every single...
Everybody said something, I would imagine.
They always do.
Yeah, that's why I don't like that stuff. You're movie stars. I don't care what you're...
Your opinion means nothing
Your opinion
to me.
means nothing to me. People pay you to pretend. Half of you said you were leaving as soon as you became president. Nobody left.
Nobody left.
Nobody left.
You're all still here.
Yes,
wait a second, this country's still...
Nope.
Except for 21 Savage.
No, he got to stay.
Oh.
Jay-Z kept 21 Savage. He paid for his attorney fees
Oh,
or whatever.
Nice.
So, what else you got?
You said you had stuff.
You have no content. You have 0.0. I mean, you really fucking kind of wrote it in.
I didn't even write it in. I
You're a
just
sea of
walked
disappointment.
and sat
I mean.
down. I thought you forgave me. We're better now.
I got one other thing. If you
What
want
else
to
you
talk.
got? We're at 16 minutes.
It's really small.
We should take the phone lines are open if anyone would like to call
The phone
in.
lines are not open today.
Please call in. Phone number is 363. What's the phone number here again?
So, the one thing that really kind of pisses me off is when somebody talks about the Postania line and they call
I'm
it
nodding, yes. Everybody can see me.
and they call it a house blend
Oh, yeah, I've heard that before, too.
because it's not a fucking house blend.
No, did it start as a house blend?
I mean, I guess kind of. It started here as our brand, but I
Right.
would have never classified it. Like when I think house blend, what do you think when you think house blend?
Like the bundles, everybody sells a
like
bundle.
some slapdick bullshit,
Right,
you know,
yeah,
hey,
that-
buy two, get one free.
that they all got from the same guy.
Right. This
You
is
know,
our house blend.
It's a house blend. I found this factory in the jungle when
This-
I was going through Nicaragua.
This is a really
Came upon this
special
one day,
line.
like Indiana Jones.
Oh, so you know Scott?
So Groover sold you that one too? Yes. Yes. I
No,
got it.
we went into the heart of Nicaragua and we found this rare factory.
This rare factory.
All by
Just sitting there, not making cigars, with tons of tobacco everywhere.
Yeah. So, I mean, it's not a fucking house blend. How obvious is that?
Yeah. Well, that's the whole SBC 16 type thing. Everybody wants to just put you down.
They always try and kick me.
Always try to keep a brother down.
Yeah. So 16 minutes later and we're done.
No, we're at 18.
Ooh, killing it. You front filler, back filler,
Sorry.
75-minute long fucking podcast.
People have said they like these shows that really have no exact topic at all
They have nothing.
because they feel like they're hanging out with us, just sitting in a room.
Well, there's good content. There is good content.
Normally.
I mean, I think we should talk about what your future is going to be now. I mean, I want to drop the hammer right now so that there is a deadline and that you have the urgency to cut the umbilical
No
cord.
urgency and all.
So tell us your future, Michael. What are you
Well, I'm making some changes here with my new little company.
really?
Being on the road sucks. Let me
Being
tell
on the
you.
road is not easy.
It sucks. I figured I'd give it through Chinese New Year, which ended today, and I would try to bust my ass the last 3 weeks.
Happy New Year.
Nothing, hardly nothing. It sucks being on the road. Everybody's got an excuse.
Well, the cost.
And the cost, yeah, the cost to earning ratio is extremely skewed badly.
I mean, because
Down
in
or
all
whatever it
reality,
Yeah.
you got to do $1 million in sales in the state of Florida, right?
Right. To cover, yeah.
To sustain.
I mean, I was happy some weeks, so I even just broke even.
With making a decent living. Right.
Well, thank God
I mean
I
just
didn't have
decent. I'm not talking
to. I
about
didn't have to use this to make a living. I was
Right, this is your side hustle.
Otherwise, I'd be homeless.
But you're tweaking now. You're
Right,
you're
right.
you're refining. We're looking back. We're saying, okay, this isn't going to work,
Right, this isn't working.
but you're going to still continue to pursue.
Still going to continue to pursue, but you have graciously agreed to take me under your wing,
Ooh.
as you say, and I become your apprentice.
Ah, my Padawan.
Yes, Obi-Wan.
I'm very excited.
You're very excited. Yes,
This is
that
gonna
doesn't
be-
mean I fetch you drinks.
I would never ask you to fetch me drinks.
I did vacuum the office today.
But that's standard Michael Palmer.
Yes, now that I'm back here full time.
So,
But I still will be helping with events with Mr. Joan.
yeah,
Does them and stuff.
of
so,
course, that
yeah.
makes sense.
Yeah.
So you're going to be focusing more on Florinado.
Yes.
That brand's got a lot of potential. I mean, Orlando loved him.
Yes, Orlando.
So it
did
goes
love
to show you that it's a good cigar.
There's I can't think of the right wording. Not that the other brand is bad, but being less known gives me more ability, I guess you could say.
Sure.
Guess that makes sense.
It does, but because you're
I do-
just being a pussy about it. But that's okay. That's okay.
You don't burn bridges.
No, I'm not burning. I'm not telling you to burn a bridge. I'm not saying anything off color. I'm simply saying that you're a nice man.
Yes.
You are.
It gives me more freedom, I guess, to take it
Yes.
in a different direction.
Right.
There we go. That sounds official.
That sounds nice.
Fancy. Yeah. So anyway, that's what I'm doing. So
I'm excited for you.
yes, I am too. The other thing just didn't work.
Yeah, it's tough.
Oh, the equipment's even dirty.
You want to hear a funny story about Universal?
Certainly. Tell me a funny story about Universal. Did you go to Universal again this weekend?
Yeah, so it was Macklemore. So
If those
Brittany and the boys want to
annual
see
passes are
Macklemore.
paying off.
Yeah, I love going. It's awesome. And I can smoke there in City Walk. It's fantastic.
Great.
So went to go on the Hulk ride. This shit was a trip. So I had
One of your boys big enough now to go on the
no, it was just myself and my brother and sister-in-law. We went on
gotcha.
and we stuck my wife Brittany with 75 children. Which,
her favorite thing. to
yeah,
do.
she loves. It was like herding cats, but she did a great job while we were on the ride, and the ride took a little longer than we had anticipated. So
How long was the wait?
it wasn't that bad because we had the express after 4.
Oh, yeah. Oh, after 4, there's an express after
Yeah.
4, too. Huh. Been a while since they've been.
So we got on, and we went through security, and I have my.
Is there security for every ride or just as you walk in?
Well, there's security for the Hulk.
What is that?
Because they don't want you to have any electronics on you.
Oh, nothing in your pockets. You got to do the
right.
lockers and all that crap.
You know, I mean, I don't know. Have you ever been on the Hulk?
Yeah.
I mean, like
Yeah.
a couple times. There's a couple angles there. It's like borderline about to black out.
Well, see, when did I go? Not last year before last. Guess the last time I went. And
Yeah.
even over at Harry Potter, you had to empty your pockets into the lockers
Yeah.
before. I mean, and that doesn't flip you upside down.
Right. I mean, same with
Those
Rip
are
Ride
pain-
Rocket.
Those are a pain in the ass.
So we get on the ride, and now I have an Apple Watch, right?
Right.
And I have this little strap on my Apple Watch for my AirPods,
Yes, I think we've discussed that on another show.
which
the
is awesome
holster.
because it just makes life. I'm all about efficiency.
Right.
So we get on the Hulk, we strap in, and I have one AirPod on my watch, and then all of a sudden, this guy comes out of nowhere and says, "How many people were with your party?" I'm like, "I'm sorry."
What'd I do?
We need to. How many people were with your party? I go, "There's 3 of us. You need to get off. We need to talk to you." I'm like, okay. So we get off.
Right.
We go into this little cubby hole thing on the side, and they're like, "You have an electronic on you. You have an AirPod."
Just like when you got searched at customs.
So I'm like, okay.
I'll put it in my pocket.
I was like, okay. So what? Did you get flagged at security? I go,
That's it. You're out.
I go, my belt always gets flagged at security. Of course I got flagged at security, but nobody said anything about an AirPod on
belt?
a fucking band. Yeah.
It's a metal detector?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. That's
Always
serious.
goes off, yeah.
Oh, wow.
So like, okay, stand here. So we're standing there. The fucking coasters are going by, 3-4 coasters. Like, okay, now this sucks. I know that she's downstairs with 75 kids.
Oh, that's right.
So I'm like, what the fuck? So the next guy comes in, like the manager. He's like, oh, just put it in the locker. We'll pay for it. Okay. So they put it in the locker. And I'm like, hey, since we've been waiting, is it possible for us to get in the front row? And the lady goes, let me ask. So
Is this a lady that's in charge? Or is it
this is
just
a person that
just-
handles this little cubbyhole section.
Ah, I got you.
So she radios in. The best we could do is row 3, which is complete shit.
Right.
That's the biggest fucking crock of
They've
shit.
got a reservation. Sorry, reservations are full for the front
right.
rows there.
I'm like, I was like, she goes, is that okay? I'm like, whatever, that's fine.
Do you go then
Just get
ask
us
for the
on.
back?
What?
Ask for the back.
No, I said, at that point,
You just want to get on the ride.
Time has been
I just need to move, please,
Right.
ma'am.
So I said, whatever. Just fine, row 3, whatever. So she goes, okay, go ahead. We go to get on. Somebody gets in row 3. Because you're on the right side.
Oh, yeah, you got to cut. Yeah, you're getting in the out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we have to go fucking back. And she's like, I'm sorry, I guess we're having a communication issue. We could do row 2 now. We could do row 2.
All of a
I was
sudden,
like, ooh, great, ooh, an improvement.
If I get fucked again, gotta go to
Thank
row
you
one?
so much. Wait a second.
Oh, it gets better.
So we wait for the next roller coaster. The next roller coaster goes through, and then it's our turn. We get on to row 2.
Yes.
There was nobody in row 1.
Oh.
Fucking put nobody in row 1.
Maybe row 1 was broken.
I'm like, no. Row 1, you don't break row 1 and let that
Not on
thing
purpose.
roll. No, I'm sorry.
Safety
No.
issue. Sorry, it's a safety issue. You cannot get on
Not
the front
true.
row, sir.
Complete shit. Because then I got off. I go, what in the fuck was that? Like, that is the biggest fuck you on the planet. Hey, no, you can't sit in row 1, and you know what? We're going to leave it wide open.
So
She's like, oh, I'm really sorry.
Next time, sir, don't have your ear pod on you.
If you want
what I just
she's
said.
like, if you'd like to complain, you can send an email. I was like, thanks.
Like that'll get answered.
Fucking fantastic.
Yeah.
So that's my Universal story. Amongst other things happened there that day.
There's a metal detector now at every ride.
No.
Oh, just the.
Do you smoke a lot of weed?
No, I don't smoke.
I mean,
any
we
weed.
just had this conversation.
No, you said there was one there, and I understand why, but
And there's a metal detector at the Hulk.
yes.
There's a metal detector at like Rip Ride Rocket.
So at the ones where you're gonna be flung around.
Right. Yeah.
That adds an extra delay to the 75 minutes you're already gonna wait.
So yeah, so we get downstairs. The kids are gone. My wife's been taped up. I don't know what the hell happened.
She's got a drink in her hand,
Yeah.
one free hand.
We had to go find the kids. No, I'm kidding. Everything was fine, but
The kids all taped up.
no, the kids were not taped up. Yeah, they do listen to Brittany very well. So that's my story for the week. That's all I got for you.
Well, good. Now we're at 26 minutes.
Fucking A.
Add the back bumper. Boom. 30 minutes.
And imagine if you brought content to
If
the
I had
fucking
content.
podcast.
I know,
It'd
exactly.
probably be 45
That's
minutes
your
long
job.
to an
You're
hour.
the on-air talent. I'm just the producer.
Oh, cool. You just sit there and just hit
You sit
fucking
here
buttons.
and push buttons and turn dials.
Sign me up for that gig.
You can't. You're the on-air talent. Somebody's got to delegate. Somebody's got to do this part. Somebody's going to do that part.
Okay.
Anybody coming in this week?
I have no idea.
Oh, I got a guy coming in Friday if you want to talk to him.
Who?
Michael Knight from England.
Oh, okay.
We can talk to him about cigars in Europe and stuff.
Sure.
Plus, he's got that funny English talk. He's hilarious, too, so it'll go over well.
Whatever your heart desires.
So you will be here Friday.
From the country of London.
I mean,
Yes, he's from the country of London.
the country of London.
When we went to Harry Potter, he made fun of all those people faking the accent. He goes, they all sound Australian. This isn't English at all. It's not the way English people talk.
Wow.
Wow.
So aggressive. Yeah, my brother-in-law does a really horrible English accent that we
Evidently, I
find
do, too.
that we find entertaining. So, all right. Well,
okay,
hey,
that's it then. Now we're at 28 minutes.
thank you for listening.
Thank you for listening, everyone. All right, guys, thanks.
Thanks.
Hello, this is a prepaid collect call from the correctional institution. This call is subject to recording and monitoring. To accept charges, press 1. To refuse charges, thank you for using T-Netics.
This has been a Cigar Hustlers Podcast, a Mike and Mike production. Be sure to listen every Tuesday at 10 a.m. for all new episodes with some of the biggest names in the cigar industry. You can follow the guys on Instagram at Cigar Hustler for Mikey and FCC_Mike for Mike Two. You can also follow the show on Instagram at a Cigar Hustler Podcast and on the Facebook page and the all-new YouTube channel. Please be sure to subscribe, rate, and review on whichever podcast provider you choose. Thanks for listening.